Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Jack of all trades. I've been wanting to make a video, but I've been kind of tied up lately because the garage is just in really a mess right now. I've been trying to clean up in here, and so one of the things I've done is I decided to go with a French Cleat wall system and to really organize everything. And so I'm really happy because it's coming, but I just haven't been able to do a video. But I did want to show you. I put the plywood on the wall, and there's a few bare spots. I still got it, and I'm running some electrical right here up and over. I'll take that TV down, and then I'm gonna buy a bigger TV and put it more to the left of that, and I'm gonna put a big mount up there for that as well. But I wanted to tell you that I started making this because the French Cleat, many times you have to have a table saw to do it, or or at least you think you do. And that's what I was going to show you. I do have a table saw at my other shop, but I didn't want to have to drive all the way out there just to do that. So what I did is I came up with a system, or not system, but I bought a track guide that helps me. I already had a track saw, so with the track saw and it's a Craig cross cut jig, I'm able to make these cleats with no problem. So let me show you that. It's real easy to do. If you don't have a track saw, then you can also use the same system to cut both. However, your setup might be a little longer. But let me show you how I did it, and then we'll go from there. So here's what I got here. We got the crosscut, the Craig jig crosscut here. And what I did is I just put my saw at a 45 degree, and I did have to slide this stop all the way over to get that in there. And then I also had to lift the guard up to adjust it. So it did take some fine adjusting to get it to work, but I did get it to work without it rubbing or anything. Just be careful with the guard. As you know, we're not using it, so but that's the way I got it to work. So it does work though. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make me a cut right here with it at that degree. So here you have it with the bevel, the 45 degree here, and that's a cleat. Now I'm making these for spacers. I already cut all the other ones, but I just wanted to take time to show you guys how I made them and did them by hand without a table saw. So I did that, and then what I did is I took the track saw and I would flip this over, and then basically I would just measure 3 inches here, put a mark, put the track saw on it, and rip it all the way down. That would give me 1, and then I'd do it again and just keep the process. At first I would do 2 sides do 1 on each side and get the both cuts, and then I just went from there and so every time I did the track saw I'd get 2 and 2, so it went pretty quick, actually quicker than I thought. So that's how I did it, using the circular saw and the Makita track saw. Now what you can do is, if you don't have the Makita track saw, you could just buy this and then adjust it straight again. The only thing is you'd be doing a lot of setup back and forth. If you just put the laser level on a stand, and then I'm just going to turn this on and go to mode, and there it is right there. So now I got a nice line. Hope you can see that with the camera. So you can see the laser level. It's leveled all the way across. Now let me just start putting the track on. There's one. Let me go ahead and keep going. Guys, so I've been putting these on. As you can see, it's coming along really well. Almost got them all done. It really cleaned up the wall. Very, very nice. It's very aesthetically pleasing. And so next, after this, I'm just going to go ahead and build I think my first shelf I want to make is for all these batteries and battery chargers. So let me let me see what I can do there. Let's get started. All right, guys, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some screws from there up to hold it better. Now I'm going to use Craig jig screws. I like them a lot. They self-drill and they hold good. I like the way they work. So let me show you how I'm going to do that. All right, guys, to do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a 3/8 paddle bit, and all I'm going to do is drill it right in the middle of each one, and I want to make them nice and straight. So I'm using a laser. So I marked it 30 inches over. I'm just going to put them every 30 inches. And so let me just move my laser over. I got a little pencil mark right there. I don't know if you can see it, but right there is where it's at. So I just get my laser right on it, and then I'm going to drill. So let me just take this, center. Now I'm just going to run my screws in it. Excuse me. Number 2. Screw 2 out of my screwdriver here. Pop that in. Like I said, here's the Craig jig screws. You can see that. So here we go. Alright, guys, that's how I'm going to do it. I'll do the rest of the wall just like that, and then we'll take it from there. Oh, and by the way, guys, I don't know if you've seen this keychain. It has all my bits that I'm using today, and maybe one or two extra I just keep with me. This is actually from Cleat. They just came out with this. Really cool. And so I keep all my bits on it, and then I got my work suspenders. I just take it, clip it right there, and as I'm working, so I got this one, I just take off whatever bit. And like right now, I'm using the paddle bit. I could put the paddle bit up here, but that one's kind of long, and I don't want to jab myself. But the other bit's great, and it holds them all there. I got this. I'm not looking. I don't, you know, before I set them down, lose them and all that. So this is really nice. I definitely recommend getting this keychain with the bit holders. You can get it at Lowe's. It's I think it's only like $8. So yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, very nice to have. Hey guys, here it is. First thing I built. Just threw it together real quick. I just I'm gonna be working on getting this place cleaned up a little bit. So nothing fancy right now. Maybe later I'll get a little more sophisticated with it. So there it is, guys. There's the French Cleat wall system, and man, I really like it. So hope you enjoyed this episode, and as always, have a great day.